Lydia Rieger here, your Fear Buster coach. And guess what day it is? It's Fear Buster Friday. Woohoo! All right. So on Fridays, when it's Fear Buster Friday time, what do? I help you step off your fear into faith, freedom, and fun. And yes, I like fun, to do this in a fun way. Really what I specialize in my coaching is I specialize in helping homeschool mothers like myself with businesses achieve more time so that they have the energy to balance their business and their family, so they can really show up for their family. And even if you're not a homeschool mom, I can help you balance your life as well. So just think about anything that you would love to see improve in your life. Who has something to improve upon? I know I do. So no matter who you are, you can benefit from these live Fearbuster Friday videos. And I welcome you. And I welcome you to love and like and share this and comment below. Please, I love your comments. Awesome. So what are we doing today? We're continuing to read from Price Pritchett's book, a gem of a book, U Squared. And I'll be reading from page 15 and 16. Here we go. This chapter is called Suspend Disbelief. Act as if your success is for certain. All right, let me see here. They have, I'll read this, and even if it's a repeat, they have a little description and then they get into the real thing. All right, instead of holding back because you don't have hard proof that you can make a quantum leap, see if you end up with evidence proving you can't. Just make the jump, act as if your success is guaranteed, and then see which set of ideas you should believe in. Okay, here we go. Set your mind, take two, your mindset. Your mindset for the moment may be flawed by doubt and skepticism. The idea of making a quantum leap in your performance, jumping from your present level of achievement to one several stages higher, in one bold stroke, is an alien idea. You haven't been trained to think that way. You may have definite reservations about the possibility that you can make such exponential improvement at all, particularly with less effort and in a very abbreviated time frame. You see, this book is all about making a quantum leap. And so, it's of course normal to think, oh, this won't happen for me, to get to my goal quicker and easier, like really super fast without skipping steps, by skipping steps, and not like incremental steps, but like from here to all of a sudden there. And but it can happen, and this book explains how it can happen. All right, continuing. The experts generally agree, though, that people typically use only about 10% of their true potential. If we accept that argument, and even if there were no other resources outside yourself that you could bring to bear on the situation, you still could do 10 times as well as you've been doing. So yeah, I agree with that. Even if we accept, I'm only using 10% of my brain or 10% of my potential, we can still do 10% better than what we're doing now. It's just the concept is, even if it's true that we're only using 10% of our potential, we can still take that 10% and times it by 10 and therefore do a whole lot better. Yep, that makes total sense. Okay. Your skepticism, which you presume is based on rational thinking, and an objective assessment of factual data about yourself is rooted in mental junk. Your doubts are not the product of accurate thinking, but habitual thinking. Years ago, you accepted flawed conclusions as correct, began to live your life as if those warped ideas about your potential were true, and ceased the bold experiment in living that brought you many breakthrough behaviors as a child. Now it's time for you to find that faith you had in yourself before. So let me pause there. How many of you have felt like, can you look back in your life when you were a child and things were like super awesome, you know, but maybe now it's like harder to achieve goals and dreams and things like that. Yeah. All right, so now is time, it says. Now it's time for you to find that faith that you had in yourself before. You see, I think when we were super little, a lot of times, you know, we had this faith, this just undeniable idea. You know, we just all had an idea that we would just take and run with it, and we didn't really question so much when we were younger. We just did. We did it, you know. All right, it says, if you want to be skeptical of some ideas that truly deserve to be called into question, challenge the thoughts and beliefs that have argued against your taking a quantum leap. Put those old inhibiting ideas to the test by going for it with everything you got. Everything. I'm a little tired this evening, and you know, I still said to myself, you're going to get on here and you're going to read, you know, the Quantum Leap book, because, you know, that is, you know, part of my quantum leap here, and putting my ideas to the test, these old ideas, you know, and just like going for, because like the old part of me would just be like, hey Lydia, you're too tired, don't get on tonight, you know. But I'm like, no, I've got to be here for me and for you. All right, so let's see, where does it go now? So we're suspending disbelief. Oh yeah, here it is. For right now, just suspend disbelief. You don't have to be convinced that you can succeed in making a quantum leap, but don't keep on believing those old ideas you've been carrying around about your personal limits. If it will make it easier, hold off for a while on believing anything. So that's interesting here, because Price Pritchett is saying that we don't have to be convinced that we're going to make a quantum leap, you know, that because, you know, sometimes it is hard to think that we can do that. So we don't have to be convinced that that will happen, but at least we have to stop believing, keep believing in these old beliefs that we're carrying around that aren't doing us any good. To do with our personal limits, you know. So at least if we can just say to ourselves, all right, I'm going to stop believing that I've got personal limits. Boom, you know, then you'll be so much, you know, you'll be on a higher vibration right there. All right, and then it says, just act like you have complete faith. Merely do what you'd do if you knew you were going to succeed. Behave like you have that total conviction. That's what's really important here, I think, and I'll unpack that in a moment. Doubt is what does the most damage, so don't give it any mental space. Proceed boldly, as if it is completely inconceivable that you will experience anything other than a successful quantum leap. If you must doubt something, doubt your limits. Boom, yes, as if it is completely inconceivable. For those of you who have seen the movie, the title is escaping me. I know my husband will comment here and tell me what that movie is. It's one of our favorites. And the character says, inconceivable! Anyway, yes, so if you must doubt something, doubt your limits. Because you see, here's the thing. It's the habitual thinking that is getting you in trouble. It's that doubt, those doubts, the doubts that come in, and they come in along with that habitual thinking, and then that's really what's destroying, a lot of what could be in your life and in my life when that happens. Yeah. So I'd like to ask you, when have you doubted yourself? Maybe you're doubting yourself right now. Maybe in the past, there's been a time when you've doubted yourself. And think of one of those times, and I want you to think about what happened because of that doubt. And that's what you don't want to see happen. So you want to, and here's even a better question, really, to focus on. When have you not doubted yourself? When did you have such conviction that whatever it was that you wanted came true for you? And before it came true, what were you thinking? What were you doing when you had that conviction that it was going to happen? You just, probably like me, like when I think about some of these events in my life, when I just had that conviction, I just knew. It was just like so deep in my bones. I knew that it would happen. And it was so much so that belief was so strong that there was no doubt, and it was going to happen. In fact, in the moment, I think, when I think back to some of those times, in that moment, it was already happening. Whatever it was that I wanted, it already was taking place. It already happened. So that's what you want to do when you're feeling doubt. And really with anything, but especially when you're noticing some old habits coming in or some doubt coming in, you want to just put a limit on those limiting thoughts. Say, nope, I'm going to suspend, the disbelief or the doubt or any kind of worry or anything like that. And just tell yourself to suspend that. Like, you can pick it up later if you want to. I don't recommend it. But, you can tell yourself, hey, you can pick up that doubt later if you want to, but just for now, put it down and, and stop doubting just for now, just for a day, let's say. All right, and that's really all I have to say. I mean, you just gotta, if you want to doubt anything, then doubt the limit as far as how high you can go. That's not really the right way of saying that, I guess. Now, I'm just like rereading this sentence. If you must doubt something, doubt your limits. I mean, I guess, like the limits that are limiting you, right? The small things. So you're not going to doubt the limits of how far you can go. No, it's the opposite. I told you I was tired. So you're going to doubt any limiting behavior, anything that is limiting you. Of course, you're going to doubt that. And you're going to act as if it's all coming true. You have to have that conviction. And I'm sure there was a moment in your life, if right now is a tough time for you, think back to when there was a time when something just happened really easily, like a snap, because you had such conviction. And I bet it was that you had. I bet it was like that because you had such conviction that it was going to come true. And not only that, it was just something that you wanted so much so that it had to come true. So remember one of those times in your life and use that as a tool going forward for the things in your life now that are maybe doubtful to you. And if you can't think of anything, and I'm sure you can, but sometimes people will tell me, oh, I can't really think of a time when I had such conviction that things would happen. If you really can't think of anything right now, just put on the belief and share my belief, because I know and I believe in you. I at least believe in the circumstance, and not in the circumstances. I believe in the power breathing you, that you are going to get over any kind of circumstance or situation or condition. So if you don't believe it, know that I believe it. I believe in you. I believe in any of your goals and dreams. I know you can do it. How do I know this? Because we're all children of God, and we all have a power within us, and it's His power, and that's what's going to help you succeed. And even if you think, well, I don't have that belief, well then there is life out there, right? Life is always seeking us. We can't breathe on our own. We don't have, we have a heartbeat, but we can't beat our own hearts. That just happens automatically. It's life. So, think about that. Life is seeking you, and life believes in you today. And so do I. So if you have a hard time believing in yourself, know that I believe in you. I've got your back. And yes, you are a fear buster. And remember, everybody, to make every day a fear buster day. Bye for now.